everyone, so today I am here with my facialist, Sam. Sam works at Face Plus Medi Spa, which is where I get all of my facials and skin work done. You may have seen on Snapchat and Instagram and all that stuff that I recently got a facial peel. So I wanted to chat to Sam today and get her to tell you all about kind of why she chose to do the peel on my skin, why she thought that would benefit me, and also to tell you a little bit about Face Plus Medi Spa. I have kind of normal dehydrated skin, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what you told me. Normal dehydrated skin. I am prone to a few pores and congestion and a bit of spots every now and then, but nothing too major. So tell my lovely friends a little bit about why you chose a peel for my face and just everything that we did together.
Okay. When I first met Michelle, basically she'd been traveling a lot, so she did have dehydration, some congestion in the skin. And a big thing that we spoke about was pigmentation. Mm-hmm. Because like Michelle, I have a lot of natural pigmentation. I have a lot of freckles, Irish descent. It's just what happens.
Good blood though. It's good blood.
Great blood. It's the best blood. So basically we discussed the congestion, bit of dehydration, and the pigment. So the pigment itself, because pigment is, it's in your DNA, it's your genetics often, it's really tough to treat. So we try to use things that are a little bit more effective, once again without the aggression.
Yeah.
So the peel we did is called the Herbal Active Peel, and we basically used dehydrated crushed herbs, and I massaged herbs into Michelle's skin. So basically what this is doing is, you know how everyone's skin sheds?
Like a snake?
Yeah, like a snake, like a snake. So generally speaking, the average amount of time to shed our skin is 28 days. This speeds it up to 5 days.
It really does.
Yeah, there's a lot of shedding. There's a lot of skin coming off, but it's. Do you know what? The best part about it, you can see how great the skin is underneath that's coming out. So what this does for pigment is that because pigment lies in our deeper layers, this brought out fresh skin at a faster rate and at a more even complexion. So it diminishes pigmentation.
Yeah.
It got rid of that extra congestion that we were talking about.
Exactly.
And it actually allows your skin to rebalance itself, so its hydration levels can normalize.
Yeah, I found the peel, the Herbal Active Peel that Sam did on my skin I was really unsure about it. I've never had a peel before. I think around my age is when people start to look into alternative kind of skincare and kind of, I guess, rewinding the clock a little bit, you know, stepping it up. It's not just moisturize and take your makeup off anymore.
Yeah.
So I was really interested in looking into my pigmentation and stuff, and I didn't want to go too aggressive on it. So that's why Sam and I chatted about the Herbal Active Peel. And the actual peel experience is a little bit
involved.
It hurts. It hurts, okay?
It's not comfortable.
It's not comfortable, but okay, so what happens is Sam massages the herbs into your face and it feels quite rough and a little bit stingy and a little bit sore, but it's only while she's rubbing them in. So I was afraid, when you hear about peels, you're like, oh, my face is going to fall off. I was afraid that I was going to have chemicals painted onto my face and then just be in agony for days, when actually the only discomfort that I experienced was in those 10 minutes. So it's about 10 minutes.
And you know what? It's not even sensitive for the whole time. It was really only
the last 3 or 4 minutes. And then you're kind of like, okay, Sam, get off me.
Like, stop touching me. It's enough
Stop
now.
touching me. That's enough now. When I was finished with that, then I felt like I had a kind of, not a bad sunburn. It wasn't sore in the way sunburn is.
It's just a bit tender.
Sensitive. Yeah.
And you know what? If you don't touch your skin, it's fine. It's really only if you start to touch
brush
your skin
up against yourself like this.
Yeah, a strong gust of wind. No.
So look, Sam has had these peels before as well. So she's speaking from her own experience.
Oh, look, and you know what? When you say peel as well, because like I was saying before, we hear about these peels, glycolic peels, acid peels. This is called the Herbal Active Peel, but it does not function the same way as a peel. Like,
it
we're
just
not
sounds
peeling.
scary.
I know.
Right?
It's, you know what though? People like the word peel because they think it's gonna take all their skin off. This actually just gives you brand new skin right off the bat. It's really nice. So
what was I telling you? My housemate said, "You're shedding like a snake now, but you're going to be a sexy snake underneath." You've had it done how many times now?
I've had 2.
You've had 2.
Well,
and
I've had
the
2
one.
big peels, and I've had several of our smaller, more diluted, I guess, versions of them, because it's not chemically. It just gives such a great even skin tone. It's like bringing your skin back to basics, starting back to zero.
That's exactly how I felt. I genuinely feel like it went back to my skin maybe 5 years ago. Like, it really did rewind the clock for me, back to basics. And the downtime for it was, I guess, a negative to mention, but for me, as long as you schedule it in to your schedule properly, it's okay. So I had to take 5 days off. I could have gone out, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel like going out. I didn't want to be in the sun, like you said. I probably could have gone out towards the end, but I just decided to take those 5 days off. I did it over a long weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can always schedule these things around. I know not a lot of people have, like students or mothers have 5 days to give up. But if you schedule it around a long weekend, treat yourself, and you can do it in that time frame. What time frame would you do it in?
Even on that note, though, like, I've come to work and had them done.
Okay.
And then the first time I did it, I did peel, but I hosted a dinner party on day 4.
Yeah.
So it was...
See, you're a facialist, though, so you could probably, like, sort yourself out.
No, not even... No, definitely did not look great. No, I guess a little bit, but... Basically, for the first 2 days, it looks okay.
Yeah.
So it's really just kind of 3 days you want to make sure to come off. But yeah, basically, it's the day you get it done. It's 4 to 5 days after that, and then yeah.
So what you do is you get the peel, and then 4 or 5 days later, you get a final facial to take off all the skin. And I think I was only peeling the 2 days before my last facial.
Yeah.
So because my boyfriend, I kind of warned him. I was like, Jason, I may look like a character out of The Walking Dead for a couple of days. And he kept saying to me, where's the zombie skin? I don't see it. And then eventually he was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, you have to warn you have to warn your partners or roommates, whoever you live with.
Yeah, exactly. They just kept laughing at me. But it wasn't actually that bad. If you're Irish like me and you've had a bad sunburn in your life, it really just peeled the same way as a sunburn. I don't know why I was expecting like my cheek to come off and my nose, but it really is just those thin layers of skin.
I think we maybe played up a little bit worse.
The fact that I was using The Walking Dead as a reference
I feel
point.
like, we're no cannibalism involved.
No,
so I think it was fine.
Nothing fell off. It was just little bits of shedding.
Yeah, but I mean, how good was your skin afterwards?
This is the thing. I was just talking to Sam earlier before we set up all the camera stuff. My skin, the day that she, I was going to say the day she took off my skin. So when I had my final facial, the 4 or 5 days after my peel, I kind of was like, oh, my skin is still a little bit sensitive. I feel like I'm still peeling. Oh, I don't know if this maybe worked on me. But then 2 days later, all I had on my face was moisturizer and I use some concentrated fake tanning drops sometimes at night with my moisturizer, the Clarins ones that I'm always telling you guys about. And I had just used those the night before, and I walked out into my kitchen and my housemate was like, are you wearing makeup at this hour? And I was like, no, but can you say that again? So I was just like sleepy, making a coffee or whatever, and I kind of was like, oh, does it look that good? So I ran into the bathroom and I was like, hey,
it looks
I couldn't
so
stop
good.
looking at myself. And even now, I have makeup on today, but I feel like everything is just smoother, more even.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not putting on as much concealer and stuff because my pigmentation, I like freckles and I think freckles are cute, but sometimes my pigmentation, it isn't freckles. It's kind of like dark spots.
Yeah.
It's not like cute freckles kind of across the nose.
That's what ends up happening, especially if you're prone to it. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
But if you're prone to it, especially, and I hate to say it at our age, this is what I know.
27. Are you 27 too?
I'm going to be 30 next week.
Oh, you're worse than me. It's okay. I feel so young.
I need a lot more work. But basically, if you're prone to pigment already and you have freckles, and we do live in Australia, it really brings it out. It darkens them so much.
My skin is so different since I moved here about 3 years ago. I think that's kind of when I started noticing that dark pigment that wasn't cute freckles anymore. It's
much more
dark
pronounced
spots in the skin, and I found even like the peel was actually brought down onto my eyelids where I do have pigmentation. You guys might have noticed before, and sometimes that can make my makeup look unblended and stuff like that. And I really found since then I'm not working as hard on my makeup. I'm not trying to cover things that were just kind of like slight darkness under the skin. I feel like, I don't know if you can even see it here, but my skin just looks like smooth.
As I said when I first saw you, like it looks a lot more even.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good.
Do I look young?
Yes, you do. You look like a baby again. No, but when I get it done, so when the first time I had it done, I get a lot of congestion, particularly on my cheeks. You get like congestion on your chin.
Yeah, that's where I get it. It's the beard region.
Yeah, exactly. And since moving to Australia, my diet changed, everything changed, and my skin just kind of went nuts. And I noticed all on my cheeks specifically. I'd never had this, but I all of a sudden got all these blackheads, and I was like, what is going on? I'm a professional. I'm supposed to know how to deal with these things.
How do I do this?
What is this? This is false advertising. So I got the peel done. And I told her specifically to focus on my cheeks because I had all that congestion. So she went to town on my cheeks. I was like, But basically, in the end, that's when I realized how much of a difference it makes on pigment, because not only was my congestion gone, all my freckles were, it was like somebody had airbrushed me. It was amazing. I
feel
didn't even
like
think
someone's
it was that
face
possible.
tuned me.
Yeah, exactly.
Who did this?
That was me.
You face tuned me? She's a face tuner, professional face tuner.
It's I'll have a name tag next week.
So, who else could get a peel? So I have normal dehydrated skin. Does this help every skin type, or?
That's interesting that you say that. I really wanted to bring it up because this was actually designed for acne.
Really?
It was originally
Wow.
an acne treatment, and it
Wow.
was first designed in Germany, and it was first performed in hospitals under dermatologists.
Wow.
So, the herbs, because do you remember a little while ago we were chatting about how herbs were originally the original medicine of
Yes.
people, and how that's why herbs are so strong and they make such an effect on people's skin and people inside. So this was designed specifically for acne.
Yes.
So basically anybody with acne can get it done. The results are phenomenal. And I mean anything from a bit of congestion to people who get very how do you say, inflamed, almost sore bits everywhere.
Yeah.
So anybody with any kind of inflammation, bacteria going on, can get that. Pigmentation, as we discussed. Anti-aging, it is phenomenal for fine lines and wrinkles.
Feel younger.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's the silica.
Really?
So the main herb in this is horsetail, and horsetail has a very prominent amount of silica in it.
And is that plumping?
Silica is plumping. It restructures the skin as well, so
Wow.
it kind of rebuilds the tissues.
That makes sense, because I definitely feel like smoother and kind of just plumper.
Yeah. Well,
It's hard to describe what you see in your
know.
skin, but it just looks
For me,
better.
it was airbrushed. That was the best. That was the only
Yeah.
word I could use, because I'm like, just airbrushed, just smoother, more concealed.
Yeah.
It was just great, and it feels more healthy.
I think you know there's a difference when your very, very straight, like, boyfriend turns around and says, your skin looks really clear. Or,
Yeah.
It looks different. And I'm like, if Jason's noticing,
Oh my god! Do you know
then
what my
there's
boyfriend
something
said?
good
My
happening.
boyfriend looked at me and he goes, "Your cheeks, they look fluffy." I was like, "Are they like clouds? Like I look like clouds? I'm okay with that." So I guess just to say, acne, pigment, congestion, blackheads, uneven skin tone. Even people who are sensitive, even the most sensitive skin types can get this done. There's
Wow.
no contraindication for it.
Because I was wondering, because you do have that like level of discomfort when you're rubbing in the herbs. I'm saying herbs now because of you.
know,
It's
I'm
herbs
so-
to Irish
it's
people.
herbs to me.
Herbs to Canadians. You're just like changing my accent. I thought maybe because there's that the rubbing in, and it's kind of it's not aggressive. What's the word I'm looking for?
Well, I mean, it
It's
does feel
uncomfortable.
aggressive. It
Yeah.
feels it, but it's nice to know that while it feels aggressive, there is no actual inflammation being caused in the
Yeah,
skin.
so that's
Yeah.
what I was wondering. If someone had sore acne or like sensitive skin, I'd be kind of thinking, wow, they can't get it done. But you're
Nope,
saying
you can.
that they're the prime.
For sensitivity,
Candidates.
not an issue whatsoever. And for acne, for sore acne, look, it is still going to be sensitive to get it done. To be honest, at that point, people who have acne that is very tender,
They'll do anything.
well, it's
yeah.
already sore anyway. So if this treatment's going to do it, just get it done. It's only 5 minutes of discomfort, and then the
What
shedding
did I
begins.
say to you during it? I was like, I get my period every month.
Yeah.
I can handle this. I am a woman. And you were like, yes, that's
You can do this. That is the spirit.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about Face Plus Medispa?
Sure. So Facialist Medispa is owned by Dr. William Mooney. Spas in general tend to focus a little bit more on like pampering, fluffy body wraps, body treatments. Spas kind of do head to toe.
Yeah.
Whereas here at the Medispa, we try to focus more on the neck up. We specialize in advanced facial treatments and skincare for people who have problematic skin, all kinds of different issues using advanced technologies. Face Plus here specifically, because there are a lot of Medispas that exist,
Yeah.
we specialize in doing treatments that are not overly aggressive. So you'll get a lot of very aggressive lasers, light treatments, peels that are, you get like 5 days downtime, sometimes really inflamed and even weeping skin.
Yeah.
So generally we try to avoid anything that's going to cause too much inflammation. We like to treat skin in a way that's going to give really great results, but without any severe aggressiveness.
One of the things that I really like about Face Plus Medispa is that they didn't look at me and say, right, we're going to give you, they looked at a list of things, oh, we're going to give you A. Everything is tailored towards the individual.
Yep.
So what I'm going to get is going to be completely different to what you're going to get. They don't just have a list of treatments where you pick what you want. You go in and you say, what does my skin need? And it's a customized experience then, because
absolutely.
how do you know
tailored.
you're picking what's right for you then?
Well, everyone's different.
Yeah.
So I say how you and I have similar skins, but we're not identical. There are still going to be factors that are going to be very different.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is we do exactly that. We tailor it specifically to each person's needs. And not just each person at different times in their life. Different seasons makes your skin different.
For sure.
I mean, you might be going through a very stressful period that could completely change your skin. So we really work with people on a regular basis. We personalize everything, and we always maintain follow-ups.
I feel like a lot of people my age that are, for the first time, wanting to spend their money on their skin and actually invest in their skin and all that kind of thing, it's quite hard to find somewhere that you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't want to go somewhere where you're spending a lot of money on your skin and you're investing in yourself to have an uncomfortable experience where you don't feel like you can belong. And I feel like a lot of people my age, they feel like a spa isn't the place for them. Like that's for older people or really rich people or something like that. Whereas I find Face Plus Medi Spa just so inviting.
Oh, thanks.
Really just...
Nice.
Everyone's really friendly, it's really nice, it's really relaxed. I don't feel like I'm walking into somewhere where I don't belong. And I know a lot of girls feel that way, even in makeup stores.
Yep.
Never mind somewhere where they have medical spa treatments, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's just something really important to note, that if you do have really bad acne or something and you're feeling self-conscious and you want to go somewhere without being judged or, you know, all of those kind of things, you want to just go in and be helped. You don't want to be judged or made feel like you don't belong there. This is a really good place, and I'm not just saying that because Sam is here.
Hey.
You know me, I'm very straight up, and I would only say those kind of things about somewhere where I feel comfortable. But I think that's all we have for you today, guys. Definitely leave any questions you have below about Face Plus Medi Spa, and I will try and direct you to the right place. I'll give you their contact details if you do want to get any treatments. I'd go for Sam. I think she's amazing. Yvonne also helped out when Sam was on holidays. She was amazing too, so thoroughly recommend both of them. Thank you so much for being on my channel. It was an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me. It was great. Hello,
it's
everyone.
so much fun. We always just have the lols in the chats anyway. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again really soon.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.